Is the Ontario real estate market in a bubble? Is now a good time to buy or sell your property? Let's talk about that right now. If you're looking to get into real estate investing and are wondering if now is a good time to buy into the real estate market, my opinion is yes, it is. And the reason for that is it's always better to be in the market waiting for something to happen rather than to be out of the market waiting for things to drop to buy in. Because if you do that, the train might just be going and going and going, and it's only going to get harder for you to get in. So it's always a good time to do it because you can always at least weather the circumstances. If you are a real estate investor and you're wondering whether or not you should sell your properties, I think that this is a great time to sell and pivot. I'm not saying to get out of the market, you just have to make sure to maybe refine the portfolio that you have. Now, what I mean by that, if you have a single family or a duplex type property, something that is not as ideally suited as a real estate investment property, but maybe better for a single family home consumer. We're talking about young couple, husband and wife, somebody that wants to buy a property and have a life in, they are going to currently pay top dollar price for these type of properties. And these properties don't perform that well as rentals because duplexes, let's face it, you have somebody living on the top, somebody living on the bottom, you have parking issues, garbage issues, getting along issues. You really might want to upgrade to something that is a much better cash flow property. Now, why is this such a good time to upgrade yourself to a cash flow property? Like something that is a little more purpose-built or can give you a lot more versatility? It's because right now, real estate prices for single-family duplexes are going anywhere between $800 to $1.2 million in most Ontario cities. I shouldn't say most Ontario cities, but a lot of them right now. And this is only going to even out because a lot of people are able to work remotely right now. People don't need to be in Toronto and the proximity isn't as big of an issue. I heard of people moving to Sault Ste. Marie. That's far and people are setting up lives there and real estate market even there is going up considerably. And the thing that a lot of people aren't realizing is that student rentals and triplexes, fourplexes, fiveplexes, that a lot of these properties you can still get residential financing, that a 1.5% sweet rate. You can get that for these properties right now. And they're actually roughly priced the same as those single family homes. So if you can trade a single family or duplex for a fourplex or fiveplex, I would definitely be pivoting and be able to ride out whatever storm is to come if one does come, because that's what we're really talking about. But now let's talk about why this is happening. Is this a good time to buy or sell? Let's talk about the reasons behind it. One of the things that we get asked a lot is whether or not we're in a bubble and is this going to pop? And my opinion is that I don't really see this as being much of a bubble because I see a lot of things that are happening, not just here, but throughout the world. We are in an international economy now, so you really have to take these things into consideration. So let's look at the first point. The pandemic has obviously affected a lot of things. I'm sure there's a lot of you who have been out there that have seen some signs of the pandemic causing a supply disruption, whether it's the grocery stores or whether it's Home Depot, lumber supplies, whatever it is, there has been a disturbance and you've seen it on some level. Now, what has this done for the real estate market? The one thing to consider is that new construction homes have been disrupted a little bit, and what's happening is there are delays in a lot of the construction, and whether you're looking at labor disruption, supply disruption, lumber disruption, we're talking about concrete getting more expensive, a lot of basic things that are happening here, but the point is that they're all being delayed. Now, something to consider that will really help to elaborate on the relevance of this: immigration. Traditionally, in past years, roughly 75% of new construction homes have been purchased by new immigrants, and that is not an insignificant number. Now, what happens here is that Canada has been printing out a lot of money, and that is causing a great degree of inflation. Now, one of the ways that we combat inflation and we can make sure that there are more taxpayers is Canada increases the immigration coming in. So let's look at this here and just look at supply and demand principles. We're talking about new construction homes being purchased by this supply of immigration. You have less new construction homes coming in and increased immigration. These people don't have enough new construction homes to purchase. So what does this mean for secondhand homes? People need a place to live, right? So they're now going to be looking at secondhand homes in places around Toronto. We're looking at Hamilton, St. Catharines, Cambridge, Kitchener-Waterloo, London, Ontario. Even if you go all the way Oshawa, you're looking at places that are increasing in property value considerably compared to what they were. We're talking about, is this going to pop? Is there going to be a dip in the real estate market? Now, most people who are looking at this stuff are projecting that, okay, if they hike interest rates 0.25% 6 times, is that going to dip the market? Well, probably what's going to happen is it's actually going to cool the market. Even if they hike interest rates and there's a lot of people who can't buy, now those same people who were looking to buy that cannot afford to buy, where are they going to go? They're going to start renting. People think that real estate investors are the ones who are actually jacking the prices up, but it's actually people who are purchasing those single family homes. People who are purchasing homes because they're just like, I am done getting outbid on properties. I want a home now. and I'm just gonna make sure I can get it because this is what I can afford. It no longer has to do with even what were the comparables. The comparables have been changing so quickly, we don't even look 45 days before. We have to look in the last 30 days as to how the market has been performing because people are making very emotional purchases, right? But that's the thing, as long as the people can afford it, then there's something that can be done with it. And that's why I'm saying that the single and the duplexes, I don't think they are the most stable, which is why as a real estate investor, if you can pivot to multifamily, you're sitting pretty comfortably. Because again, even if that correction does happen where the interest rates do go up, your rental property will also get a little bit of a bump in terms of the increase in the rents, and that will do tremendous things for your cap rate. So the valuation will definitely improve. My opinion is that I don't think that we're really looking at this as a bubble because unless the place becomes a very undesirable place to live and immigration starts to decline, we're probably gonna see tremendous stability in the real estate market. If you're looking to get in, buy in now because you're definitely going to see a degree of growth still to come. Even though if it might slow down, it doesn't mean that you're not going to grow with it. And then if you're a real estate investor and you're looking to pivot, I would play the monopoly game. Right now you have a greenhouse, which is a single family or duplex. I would upgrade that to a multifamily, and now you're looking at the red building. If you can afford to do that, definitely make the move. I do want to hear what you guys think about it and how you're taking advantage of the current real estate market. Make sure to shoot us a text message. We're going to leave that number somewhere here. We're going to make sure to answer anybody's message. And if you have something you want to say in the comments below, we'll also make sure to reply to that. In the meantime, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you on the next one.